But to look your enemy in the eye, knowing you'll remember his face for the rest of your life, now that takes a stomach much stronger than you'll ever have.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the stream. Hey, Kiryu, how you doing? We're going to play a little bit of Total War Warhammer 2 this evening. It's going to be a nice late night stream for me, so hopefully all will go well. We're doing this exclusively on Twitch this evening. As I've said, I'm going to do a few streams on, so we'll see what kind of viewership that we get. I don't know what it's going to be like at this point. I do have about 800 or 900 of you on Twitch, but I don't think a lot of people have signed up for the notifications. I'm not sure. But we're playing a couple of mods with this little session. Should be quite fun. We've got the Imperium of Man mod, which expands the way that you play the Empire quite a lot. You play as Reichland, and you have a set of relationship goals to achieve with your with the other elect accounts, which will make them join you should you achieve those goals. And by the opposite token, the opposite will also happen, which is quite interesting. I do think we're likely to have quite an interesting time with that. I'm also playing... hey, Tao, how you doing? I'm sorry, Tao. I know it's a late stream, but I'm trying to capture some of the US audience. I think it would be quite fun. I'm also looking at closer to tabletop. So that could go very well or very badly. One of the main selling points of that is, theoretically, it makes your heroes a little bit less mental. One of the problems I feel with Total War Warhammer 2 is you can, with a well-used legendary hero, you can almost win the game with that person by themselves, and that's not really very cool. I don't like that so much. Oh, hey, Caesar. Oh. Right, let's pop into a new campaign. We're going to play the Mortal Empires one, of course.
We must preserve this world.
Now, we've still only got two options for the Empire. We can either play as Noisy Carl, there he is, or we can play as
the Empire.
Balthazar Gelt. I don't really like either of these heroes. I played Karl Franz to death, and I find Gelt to, at times, be a little bit underwhelming. However, magic is theoretically a little bit better. So, I think we'll try playing as Gelt. We'll probably replace him with another legendary lord at some point. We've also got Mixu's legendary lords involved in this, so hopefully we'll find other legendary lords that we can make use of rather than Gelt. So let's start the campaign. It's probably going to be a fair amount of loading time. Hey Bernie, yeah, it's a little bit late. It is a little bit late. It is just gone 1 AM. But as I say, I've struggled to sleep recently, so I may as well make use of this time, given that I can't sleep. And play a little bit of this cool stuff. Hey Psychogold, how you doing? May as well have a little drink of my coffee while I'm waiting for this to load. It's going to be longer than your standard loading business, by virtue of the fact that I think we've got something like 15 mods on. Most of them are back-end mods or visual mods, so they're nothing to really concern yourself too hard about. I do have Kataf's Southern Realms and things like that, because it does make it more interesting. Hey Brocode, how you doing? I'm good, Psycho. I'm good. At least I think so. So, I'm fairly sure that that our campaign for Altdorf, if you like, it's going to start fairly similarly to the stock campaign. I don't think there'll be too much difference, aside from the relative strengths of the troops, of course. And we'll have a look at the extra menus that you get from this. I've only played this mod very briefly, and I wanted to kind of share the experience of working out exactly what to do with you guys. I just thought it might be nice. Always bro code, always. They say sleepers for the weak, don't they? I don't play this massively often, but I do think it's a very enjoyable game. I watch it more than I play it, which is a funny thing to say about games.
The pact of alliance.
Oh, Viking, thank you so much for hosting. Yes, I do watch this game significantly more regularly than I actually play it or stream it, for that matter. There are a few YouTubers that play various Total War games that I really, really enjoy, so I tend to find myself drawn to it on a regular basis. Balthazar Gelt. I like that name. What's all this France behaviour going on? But no, I do highly recommend this game to anybody who has played it. Johnny SC says, morning, I think? Yeah, it is morning. It's just gone 1 in the morning. Which is nice.
Let us forge our faith.
Oh.
The greenskins scurry back to their dirt holes, Lord. However, it remains a time of crisis for the Empire. Secessionists, hostile to the election of Emperor Karl Franz, are trying to form a breakaway province to the south.
How dare they?
We need a stable empire if you are to study the arcane texts. You must put an end to their senseless revolt. To the north, Boris Todbringer of Middenheim, a bitter rival of the recent election, plots openly against the Emperor. Be warned that should diplomacy fail, war with Todbringer will be unavoidable. Be sure to build your forces. In all the Empire, there is none more powerful than you, Supreme Patriarch. Show the Emperor's enemies your arcane might.
I quite like that title, I must admit. Supreme Patriarch. Oh yes. Tao says, I just noticed, Caesar isn't a mod here. I have the high ground. Oh god, infighting among my mods. Okay, so, let's just take a look. We're looking at a warrior priest at the moment. Oh, here we go. We're looking at Balthazar Gelt, the Patriarch of Golden College and Master of the Law of Metal, has been tasked by the nascent Emperor Karl Franz to stabilise the querulous provinces and shore up the Empire's defences. So what do I get when playing as Gelt? Better armour for all of our units, more capacity for battle wizards, less upkeep for battle wizards, and better rank for battle wizards. So, if I want wizards, I'm alright. Anything else? I'm stuffed. Oh, hello. We've got a mission. Defeat an army belonging to the following faction in battle. The Empire Secessionists. Here's one here. I presume we've got to go and kill that. Now, we should, in wild theory, be able to beat that nice and easily. So let's get Gelt over here. We'll bring him to the edge.
What do you require?
What do you require? Wonder where you're from. I think we're going to move our priest in as well.
I am ready. Are you?
Yes, yes.
What?
Okay, so I think we're just going to go straight into battle with the Secessionists here. We've got a mortar, got some outriders, which are always nice, crossbowmen. Ooh, great swords. They're very good on the attack, not so great in defense. And we've got some swordsmen and spearmen to kind of make up the ranks. Let's see how that goes. Everyone?
I am the Supreme Patriarch.
Let's see what our enemy have. They've got a couple of units of swordsmen, a couple of units of spearmen, a unit of crossbowmen of their own, and Helmut Ludenhoff. Alright then. Let's fight the battle. The names in the game all sound so German. Should I put on Prussia's Glory in the background to enhance the mood? Well, you feel free, sir. There are no Zindi in this game, I'm afraid, Jarell. No, there aren't. Oh my, who has the high ground now? Let the mod wars commence. Okay, magic's pretty good. I'm not going to bother gambling. Right, let's take a look around. Now, being as we're on the attack, one thing that we can do is we can push our Outriders up, because I'd like them to start targeting as soon as possible the enemy crossbowmen. We'll keep them in skirmish mode, which I think is the best way to go about things. Now,
Ready for war!
let's put our swordsmen up front. And we'll box it out, I think. Great swords I don't necessarily want like this on the flank, but I don't think I've got another option at the moment. Crossbows, yeah, they can go where they are.
Ready to smite.
Let's have Luther over here,
Yes.
and Gelt over here. He does have that lovely Searing Doom spell. And we've got our mortar, of course, so let's put it up here. Let's start the battle. Now, hopefully, we can use this to go after these. We can use our Outriders to go after their crossbowmen. Oh my. Here it comes. Very nice indeed. Ah, 2 misses. Not so good.
Yes, my lord.
Alright, let's move our horses back. Come on, keep moving back. There you go, our crossbowmen have opened up. Nothing for us to do at the moment. And what we will do shortly is we're going to use Plague of Rust on one of our enemies. I suspect it might be a good idea, because it destroys their armour, to go for this group of swordsmen here. Let's make sure that our crossbowmen are attacking them.
We await your orders. Ready. Cast magic against them.
Excellent.
Sigmar's teachings.
Sigmar calls.
Us, get in there. You can see that we've got 3 lots of enemy units who are coming down this way along the right hand flank.
By mine.
Okay, we're in a good position to cast a spell now. Let's let that second group come in. Right about here, I think, is going to be the good spot. We're going to get a bit of friendly fire. Yeah, no serious friendly fire there, and Gelt, get in there. The gods have indeed abandoned you. Oh, this is going to be danger close. Oh, lovely. Right, ceasefire now. Right, let's get our Outriders to go after those. And we're going to wrap our troops around the enemy, who are in the process of breaking. Looks like both Gelt and Huss have taken a decent amount of damage. In your pot, in your pot. Huss is trying to escape at the moment. Crossbowmen, you need to go for their lord. There you go, and we have one. Now the best thing that we could do in this situation is try and take out their lord. It's all well and good trying to take out their troops, but their lord is going to be of more value to them. Can't believe you're running Huss. You're supposed to be a warrior priest. I thought you were cool, man.
We are ready!
Yes, General!
No!
Gonna turn skirmish mode off.
Formation match! Spearmen! For Hildenhammer!
For Hildenhammer! I shouldn't think he's going to live through this. Let's see, he's down at 104 health. Let's just fast forward it and see if we get him. Yep, there we go, and we can end the battle. Excellent. I think we did relatively well there. Good night, Caesar. You sleep well. So, during the course of that battle, we lost 26 men, and we managed to kill 271 of our enemy. I'd call that a win. Not a lot of kills for either of our heroes, as you can see. So it does appear, as far as I can see, that, yeah, Closer to Tabletop has changed this quite a lot. A decent amount of kills with our mortar, as we would expect. Of course, you've got the chance of explosion from them. And a pretty insane amount of kills from our Outriders. So that's something I'm going to have to take into consideration. Perhaps use more Outriders on the battlefield. It does mean more micromanaging, which always makes me sad. Okay, so we've got a couple of options here that we can make use of. We can pardon the captives, which improves our treasury, execute them, or we can take on captives. Now, based on what I can see here, I think I'm going to want to take on let's pardon them. No, because I want the replenishment. We'll execute them.
Pick up the pace.
Pick up the pace. Okay, so we've defeated that army.
To act quickly if you have any intention of securing lasting authority over the Empire. The people must learn that open dissent cannot be tolerated. Capture Grunberg. Snuff out the resistance there.
Brocode says, what do you call it when Strategic Operations Officer in DS9 runs as fast as he can? Warp speed. Oh my. Helmut Ludenhoff, our enemy belonging to the Empire Successionist, has perished at the Battle of Grunberg. Magnificent. We've got a potion of toughness, which is pretty cool. Let's move ourselves back into our own territory so we can get a bit of replenishment this turn. Now comes the question. What are we going to go for when it comes to improving ourselves? Shush you. We could go with Inspiring Presence, which will make all of our troops less likely to run. We can have the Golden Face Mask, which gives us a bit more armour. Now, looking at Gelt's stats here, he's got next to no armour at all. Decent leadership, pretty slow speed, and he's pretty bad at everything except for magic. So perhaps it's best that I concentrate on magic and keep him out of the direct battle. What do you think, folks? I think that's probably a good idea, isn't it? Oh my, that's a lot of pugs. At least are they pugs? I don't know, it's dogs. I think we'll actually take the armour. Having thought about it a little bit. Searing Doom is... Oh, no. We'll take Searing Doom. It's fine to be monstrous, isn't it? Have you leveled up at all? No, of course you haven't. Because you ran like the cur you are. Can we take on some more troops in the meantime? Okay. This unit is a core unit. Armies may have an unlimited number of core units. Now, this is different from the base game as well. So we can have as many of these core units as we want.
Yes,
I think
that will do.
I'd like to take 2 units of archers, and I'll take some halberders as well, which should stand us in good stead for the next turn. Oh, and we have something that we can build, potentially, in Altdorf, which is to improve the hamlet of Altdorf, which doesn't make a lot of sense, into a village. It gives us a decent garrison. Mortar, Empire Knights, Reiksguard, Great Swords, Halberders, Spearmen, with shields, and 4 lots of crossbowmen. That's pretty damn decent. So yeah, let's take that village. Is there anything else I need to do? Ah, we have Balthasar Gelt here, and we can give him a rank if we like. Now, Karl Franz is of course the Emperor, so we can't give him that. We can give him the Patriarch, the Reichsmarschall. Now, let's see what each of these things do. This gives him more magic, and even better battle wizards, which is mental. We can give him Castellan Engineer, Spymaster. I wonder how he'd be as a Spymaster. No, no good. Yes, I think we are somewhat forced into giving him a particular role. Ooh, maybe he'll have to be the Treasurer then. Additional tradable resources provided faction-wide. Ooh. Yeah, okay. You're going to be a Treasurer because we're going to need more money. A lot more money. And that's all that we can do this turn, so let's end it. Let's fast forward through these if we can. One thing to note is I'm not using this on an SSD. This is just from a normal from a HDD, so my loading times are going to be a little bit slower than some people's. It is a lot of factions, isn't it, Psychogold? We are on the full map though. We're on the Mortal Empires map, which has got both sets of maps. But you'll find as time progresses, there will be less and less of them. There we go. We've recruited some halberders, or halberdiers. State troops are paid as full-time professional soldiers, ready to answer the call to arms at all times. In addition to forming a standing army to repel enemy attack, state troops also serve as city guards, the Firewatch, and as enforcers of the law. However, most of the time these soldiers spend their days drilling and training with various weapons. To the barked instructors of grim-faced sergeants and veteran marksmen. I'm not going to bother reading all of that.
It is time.
Okay, Huss isn't looking that great at the moment. However,
Will. I am the supreme patriarch.
I think we should go in. Let's see what the enemy have. They've got a new fellow. What's his name? Ricard Hurtzeller. He's hammer infantry. That's quite scary, isn't it? They also have the remnants of their last lot, and they've got lots of spearmen. Haven't really got much in the way of archers. They've only got 40 archers. And Grunberg, I believe, doesn't have walls. We'll fight the battle. 285,000 hails incoming. I wish there were 285,000 people watching. That'd be amazing. Speaking of that, folks, if you are enjoying the stream today, please do feel free to share this stream in other places. I would love to get more viewers as we go along. Hey, Hamey, how you doing? Hi, Amy? Hamey? I don't know. How do I say your name? Right, let's take a look around. It looks like this is going to be a fairly standardised field battle. It's better from my perspective if my army is primarily in a fairly defensive position. So let's put them in the open. Ooh, do we want them in the open?
General!
Can we get our horses somewhere hidden? You hidden there? Yes, you are. Magnificent stuff. So we've got our spearmen there. Let's take our swordsmen on one of the flanks. And we'll take our halberdiers on the other flank. Halberdiers. Great swords. You'll be there to reinforce as and when you're needed. Various archer units. Let's just get you in a little block in the middle, I suppose. I think that's probably going to be the best for you. Mortar, you need to be around the back. Yeah, right about there. Both Huss and Gelt, you can be in between the two ranks. And I think that's everyone now, isn't it? Yes, it is. Let's We're at 20 of 30 on the power reserves, so I think that is good enough. You're a little tired. Oh, the name with an A sound. Okay. Watch Gul attack under the cover of daylight. Okay, let's see where our enemies are. Hopefully our enemies are going to start slowly coming towards us.
You may use the hills, valleys, and stranger formations of this place to your advantage, Commander. The terrain can conceal your forces.
I know.
For the Warhammer!
Alright, let's start just peppering some of their forces.
Raging target!
Oof, that looks painful. Broco, thank you so much for the cheers again. You've been an absolute beast at cheering me lately. Oh my, that looks unfortunate. Oh my. Yeah, one of our mortars is broken. That lessens the amount of fire that we can put down, which is a bit sad.
Ready to serve!
Alright, looks like we're splitting up their forces quite nicely here.
Now!
Go for them instead. The more of their forces that we split off from this main force, the better. Ideally, Mortar, I'd like you to focus down their crossbowmen. Let's just make sure nothing terrible is happening to my forces. Come on,
We serve the Emperor!
run for it.
We obey!
Okay, here go my archers. Excellent, so far so good.
Swordsman!
Let's get a counter charge in.
Great sword!
We're going to bring our great swords round.
Awaiting orders!
And our halberdiers as well.
Loaded, sir! The Empire endures! For Sigmar!
That's fine, it looks like their crossbowmen are wavering. Let's make sure that nothing terrible is occurring to our guys.
Prepare for combat!
That's fine. I will need to keep an eye on our outriders. I don't want them to die.
Elevate cannon! Crank that machine!
Okay, let's get you facing that direction.
Balthazar Gelt!
Gelt, I'm going to need you to devastate the enemy here. Huss, you need to go in.
Moving now! No lingering!
Oof, yep, that's hurt them a bit.
State troops ready!
In you come, state troops.
Halberdiers!
Halberdiers, in you get.
Sparkles! Mortar!
Alright, Mortar, you can cease fire now.
Out! Great swords!
This should scare the bollocks off them.
Bow before me!
Right, let's get Plague of Rust on the go on Herzliya.
Feel my fire!
By Ulrich's wrath!
Huss, bring yourself back. Attack the enemy here.
Ready to fire! For the Warhammer!
Any that can.
For Sigmar!
While he has no armour, let's fire at Herzliya. Herzliya.
Great swords!
Great swords, do what must be done. Bring yourselves back.
We are Sigmar's heirs!
Gelt's taken an absolute pasting.
March
Ooh,
to battle!
it was looking bad, but he has... he's running.
What do you bid? For the Emperor!
Well, that's it. We've won this battle. I don't think there's actually any point us continuing because they've got nowhere to retreat, I don't think. End the battle. Mortar rolls natural one. Yes, it did a bit. I cheer because I don't want you to go away. I'm not going anywhere, bro code. You can promote your stream on YouTube as long as the video has some content in it, like a 15-second description in how to get to Twitch. It will not violate the terms of service. That is true. I could do that. I'm hoping that Twitch will somewhat take on a life of its own. I could very much have promoted it on YouTube, but that means me being more organised than I perhaps am under normal circumstances. We've murdered everyone. We lost 89 men that time, which isn't too bad overall, given that we only deployed 634 to start with. Hello, we've got a Lichbone Pennant, which gives better magic damage resistance. We're going to give that to Huss for the future. Very nice indeed. Good win. I'm quite happy with that. Now, we're actually not going to sack Grunberg, and the reason we're not going to sack or loot Grunberg is because it's part of Reichland, and we just can't.
I am the Supreme Patriarch.
Yeah, I'm the Supreme Patriarch. I'm so lovely. Right, the enemy general has died.
Report that Middenheim is sending help to the secessionists in an effort to destabilize the Empire, intercept their reinforcements, and demonstrate to Todbringer that there is but one master of Reichland.
Okay. Interesting. So we've got something called the Battle of Bloodpine Woods. Those that would break away from the rule of the Emperor are nothing but tenacious. They have sent a request for assistance to their allies in the north, and this appeal has been answered with a covert detachments of men. Our spies have revealed that the massing of military force in the Bloodpine Woods, excuse me. Take the fight to them before they can grow an army. What kind of enemy forces do we have? Oh my, Hellstorm rockets, 2 lots of mortars. Yeah. That looks pretty rough. What can we get locally? I think I'd like to get...
Very well, I will do this.
Another 2 units of spearmen and another unit of archers. That will help us greatly. Still making a little bit of money. Okay, let's come out of here. And we're also replenishing. Both of our generals have leveled up this time, which is just wonderful. Okay, let's take a look. Metal shifting is a passive ability, and it gives 10% armor piercing damage and 10% weapon damage. And that is, it affects all allies in range. Yes, please, we're going to have that because it's passive. Excellent. And of course, we've got Luther Huss here who needs to level up. Now, okay, so it looks like Restorer is going to be the thing that we go for because it will help him restore troops in the local region. We can't do that this turn. We need a procrastination proclamation. I am pretty lazy. Right, one of the unique features of this particular mod is if we take a look over here, click this find button here, we've got the Imperial politics and the cults of the Empire. You can see that various different cults have differing loyalty to me. Right now, Noln is fairly loyal, however the Todbringer is not. And we can see that various bits of it have seceded, which is quite concerning. We also have the cults of the Empire themselves, who are this is Sigmar and this is Ulrich. Ulrich, of course, is the Todbringer's primary religion. Talabek land there, Avenheim. Interesting stuff. Well, nobody is in terrible danger of seceding at the moment. I think it needs to get to 0. Oh, Ostland. Let's click OK. Now, there are other things that we've done. I've got Old World rights as well. So, as you can see here, we've got Imperial Edicts, and these rights are things that we can potentially perform if we need certain help. That's not something that comes with the base game. For some reason, only the New World has rights at the moment, which seems a little dim. Right, Altdorf is still building up. Let's take a look at diplomacy before this turn ends.
Relations with foreign powers may be managed through diplomacy, my lord. Consider your situation carefully before accepting any agreement.
Yes, yes, silence. I just want to
It is
see...
good to see fellow sons of the Empire this day.
Okay, we're going to take a non-aggression pact and we're going to take a trade agreement.
Affirmative.
Perfect. Now, I think we could have probably have extorted some money out of Sterling there, but... okay, let's take a look at Elspeth von Draken. She's a fascinating character.
Be still, Sylvain. Let them speak.
Okay, let's get a non-aggression pact and also a trade agreement as well. This is going to start bumping our money up. You can see that the likelihood of success is high. So let's look at payments. Let's demand a payment of 500. Still high. Okay, let's change this. Let's try 700. Still high. Okay, 900 seems to be their limit. So let's go back to 700. And there we go. We've just made a little bit of money. Excellent stuff. Thank you very much for the non-aggression pact, my good friends.
All right.
Talabak land is also very close to us, so let's see if we
I will
can
listen, but my time is short.
garner some help from them as well. I would... See, what I'm actually doing is I'm trying to bring all the elect accounts into the fold here. I am, of course, the core of the Empire, and what I want to do is I want to make the elect accounts as friendly with me as humanly possible. Unless I really, really need their lands, because it creates a wonderful buffer around me. So why take something that you can, well, that effectively is helpful to you? Let's try for 700 on you. Only moderate there. 500? Still moderate. Ooh, I'll tell you what, we'll try for 500. It's a little bit of a dicey one.
Affirmative.
They've gone for it. Alright, so we've got 3 new trading partners, which we're making a little bit of income from each, 55, 55 and 57, but that's still 160, 170 more, which is nice. Who are we at war with at the moment? The Secessionists, Skull Takers, Skull Smashers, and the Menfol Herd. Okay. Is there anybody else that we could potentially make friends with and trade with? You seem to be less friendly with us than you were 10 minutes ago. Possibly Ostland?
Greetings, my countrymen. You come in peace
this one
on this
looks
fine Marktag?
a little bit... Oh, look, there we go. That's... I thought that was going to be dicey, but they've gone for it. 600?
A weak order.
No, they didn't like that. Let's go for the trade agreement and the non-aggression pact. Come on, let's just... Come on, go for 300. Yeah.
Very well.
Non-aggression pact equals you hire pirates to to fight with them instead.
The Empire.
And last but not least, we've got Nordland here, which are quite close to us. I very much doubt that Middenheim will agree, or Middenland. Middenheim is in it, of course. I don't think they're going to agree with anything, because look at them. They don't like us at all. Rulers prejudiced against Reichland is -30.
Surely an agreement will be reached. But are we not all sons of Sigmar?
We are indeed all sons of Sigmar. They might not go for this. Theoderic Gausser is not sure. Let's try.
Right.
They've gone for it. Okay, so we've brought a lot of potential friends into the fold here. Now, of course, Marienburg, they've already seceded from the Empire, and we're going to have to deal with that. And Middenland, well, they're being very threatening against the Empire, which is not ideal. But we've got several non-aggression pacts here. We'll work on that as much as we possibly can. Perhaps we could bring Wissenland into the fold. Hello.
Who seeks my wise counsel?
I was hoping you'd have a military alliance with me, but it doesn't seem that you can do that this turn. Let's not worry about it. Let's see how our money's looking. Got 282 additional cash in trade now. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm surprised that Gul accepted a diplomacy tree for the Cardassians. I'm sure he pushed for it to be a backstabbing tree. I wish. I wish. There we go. Okay, so we've got better diplomacy than we had. Let's end the turn. I don't think there's anything else that we can do now, is there?
Patriarch.
Indeed not. Maybe we could go for global recruitment as well. That tends to be more expensive, but more troops is good. So what are we getting? Two additional spearmen. Yeah, 4 spearmen is good. Yeah, we'll actually roll with that. Because in 2 turns' time, we will have a fairly significant army. Slider-miser! What are you doing in my land, you cretin? I don't like the look of you. Damn orcsies. I think I'll play Stardew Valley while listening to Gul's stream. What is that? Oh! Haha, war has been declared between Nordland and the Redhorn herd, which is very good for us. Because anything that weakens our enemies, and even our friends at this point, is probably useful. I don't want my vaunted allies to be stronger than me, because if they are stronger than me, that gives them the capacity to betray me. And nobody wants that.
Skins, a barbarous race of savage killers. They think of nothing except violence. Keep your weapons close at hand in any dealings with them.
Let's not worry about the greenskins for the moment. We've got one more turn on these units, so let's grab some local units as well. Do we want any more archers? We will take more archers and a couple more units of halberders. That's going to be a fairly nice, fairly strong army, and then we will go, following this turn, to this quest. We can't teleport right now because, of course, we're garrisoning the settlement. We'll need to come out of the settlement and teleport to it. And we've got our sword of striking here, which is better melee attack. Or we will have it, I should say. Let's end this turn. Nice quick turn there. Let's see what this cretin's doing. Oh, hello. It appears that Manfred von Karstein had a non-aggression pact with me, which he has since ended. That's fine.
My lord, a rival power desires a change in your mutual relations.
Interesting. Summon the Elector Counts! And the Second Order. That's a farming game. Cool. Go quote, we need things to make us win. I'm not sorry. Time for you to see our fine doctor, Krell Mosset. Ah, here we go. Right unlocked, Imperial Steel. The determination that wields Imperial Steel preserves mankind and holds danger at bay. Tempered swords and tempered minds. This right is now available to be performed via the rights panel and at the bottom of the campaign interface. Interesting.
Now.
Now. Alright, Gelt, settle down. Let's upgrade. Oh, now. I think it might be nice for us to get a blacksmith. Shrine of Sigmar is good. Wizard's Conclave is... There's a lot of good things here. What can we get out of this? We've got the Castle Reichgard. We also have the Altdorf Conclave of Battle Wizards. And last but not least, the Imperial Palace. So there's loads of stuff. Absolutely tons. We've also got the Imperial Wharf here. Wharf. I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build some fields. And that's because it will increase Altdorf's capacity to grow, which is quite useful. I think it might be a good idea for us to get a rally field as well. Oh, Empire Captains. They're potentially useful. Great swords, handgunners. What is it that allows us to get regiments? Supports one more of each regimental unit. So in order to get regiments, we need an armory. Now this only goes up to tier 3, so we're probably going to want to try and build that in Grunberg. So that's not what we want there. For the time being, let's get ourselves a clay pit over in Altdorf to try and make a little bit more money. We're not making very much at all at the moment. And I don't want to upgrade that at the moment. What can you do right now? Spearmen with shields? Maybe, yeah.
Yes.
That has the potential to be quite useful. Let's come out.
Ready.
And now if we click on here... Oh, we don't have enough funds to teleport.
The nation
Fine.
calls. Onwards.
Well, let's bring our troops northwards. And we'll get it next turn. Can't believe you wouldn't let me teleport, you sausage of a game. Looks like Slider Miser's got boardies off. Gobbos! Gotta love the gobbos. Ah. Brock Ironpick. Let's see where you live. Well, a non-aggression pact can't hurt for the time being. They're not doing anything to harm me, and I'm certainly not in a position to take any of their territory. Why not have a non-aggression pact for the time being? Although, I don't know what the point of any aggression would be at this point. Well, more Diplo is good Diplo, as they say. Let's see if the secessionists do anything. They don't appear to have done. We've completed our construction of fields over in Altdorf.
Let us begin.
Right, let's do what we must in order to try and win this battle. And then we'll have 5 minutes of break because I need to refill my coffee. Oh my, look at that. The enemy have failed to spot your ambush. How are we ambushing them? I love it. Let's fight the battle. More Diplo? Are you secretly a Fed? Oh my, no.
I'm not just any Cardassian.
Razorfangs, thank you so much for following the streamer, man. That's good of you. The art of diplomacy is making your enemies do what you want them to do. And that is precisely what I'm doing here. Do you know, Jarrell's just said the word for a particular dinosaur. Now, I've spent my entire life calling this particular dinosaur the Diplodocus. And recently, ever since the latest Jurassic Park game out, Jurassic Park Evolution, well, they call it a Diplodocus in there. And it's it's changed my life. It's absolutely flummoxed me. Right, so let's get all of our forces, just kind of bring them back here to start with. Ulrich's wrath on men! Okay, let's get, including our swordsmen, I think we're going to bring them into a nice long line. Oh, hang on, it's over here. I could have been stupid, couldn't it? So all of these forces, we'll call them Control 1, they're going to smash straight down into the enemy from one side. Our entire force of halberders and greatswords. I'm going to bring you in the other side. You're going to do exactly the same. You can be Control 2. Let's get our archers in a lovely position to be able to fire on our enemies. Over here, as far as possible, we will bring our outriders in because I need them to go for the mortars immediately.
Crossbows ready, General.
Good, we've got our crossbows in the right place.
Swordsman.
And let's see what we still have. We've got our mortar. Now, our mortar is going to be best placed probably somewhere over here behind the lines. That looks like a good spot, doesn't it? Or does it? Maybe having it up here is going to be best? Yes, I think so.
Warrior priest.
And let's get our warrior priest over here. And last, but by no means least, Gelt. I actually want Gelt over here as well. And the reason that I want that is because I really, really don't want to have to face Richter Weismund in direct contact. Are you reading some Henry Kissinger? What? Track trivia. In the novels, a Bajoran collaborator assumed a false identity and after the Dominion War became the Federation Councillor for Bajor. That's fascinating. He then had the current Federation President assassinated and became the President pro tempore. Is that right? Oh, my art of diplomacy comment. Well, yes, I suppose it would be. Having said that, they do work in fairly similar ways. Let's start the battle. Let's go into slow mode immediately. I need all of my forces advancing hard on the enemy. Let's do this. I'm going to crash in from both sides. There we go, that's got all my forces ordered to, on the attack. Let's get Huss in there. Let's get you to go for this. I need you to go for this. Oh yes. Come on, get in from the backside. Archers. Let's reinforce our men over there. This set of archers, I'm not sure that there's a good position for you. There you go, fight here. Okay, the enemy are already just dying in droves. We're going to send some of our forces down, straight down the middle and then attack from the rear. Gelt, they've broken, don't worry about them. There we go. Alright, archers, I'm going to need you to focus down something else now because you're going to be coming into our field of fire. That should be fine. Oh, Lord Morton, no. Hot fire. I think we've absolutely decimated them. The secessionists approach the meeting site. We should hide to surprise them. We're not in a position to do so. There are the secessionists. Let's get all of our archers over here. Ready to face our enemies. Let's get our mortar to face their pistoliers. Let's also get our outriders to go and face their pistoliers. The secessionists are more or less done with. Gelt, time for your first magic. Let's ruin Weizmann's armour and get all of the troops that we possibly can have to go in against him.
I'm not just any Cardassian.
David Bizik, thank you so much for subscribing, my friend. Kill them all. I plan to. That certainly is my intent. Right, let's start getting some of our troops moved up. Let's get into play mode.
Ready to smite.
By Ulrich
Halberdiers! Attack! Yes, my lord! The Empire endures! Understood!
Okay, archers are firing. That should work to our advantage. By Galmaraz! We are indeed Sigma's heirs. Let's get our troops going up there. The enemy lord is dead. Don't worry about our broken enemies. Okay, we've just about managed to fend our enemies off here. When it comes to our archers. Archers.
Take aim!
Why aren't you firing? Us, get in there. Put Heldenhammer. Let's get in there with a beautiful Searing Doom. Oh, they don't like it up them. Let's get a plague of rust on these spearmen as well. Wondrous.
Conditions acceptable. Take them all. We serve the Emperor. Sorcery. Ready to smite.
Us, I'm going to need you to go in against Hans von Zanga. That's a little bit of a dodgy one, isn't it? No, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. Let's go straight for the enemy general. We're losing a lot of men here.
Mortar! Crank that machine! We are Sigmar's heirs! I call Moraz!
Oh, there we go. That's doing the job now. Enemy are fleeing.
Swordsman! For France!
Press in, swordsman. Alright, let's take a plague of rust, put it on Hans here, and have everybody just kill Hans. Yep, Hans is not having a good time. Who's this over here? Okay, we lost a goodly amount of halberders, but aside from that, I don't think we've had a bad time. Let's make sure that Hans dies. Let's fast forward it. This guy's pretty tough. What is he, an Empire captain? Yes. Ooh. Oh, we've achieved an unlock. Well, unlocked an achievement, more so. Art of the Adventurer. Very nice. If Gul uses diplomacy, it is for lulling his streaming friends into a false sense of security before their downfall at his betrayal. Who, me? No. Oh, KOTOR 2, what a game. What a great game. I've been holding my breath for a couple of years now, waiting for Imperial. When Imperial comes out, I'll be playing the absolute bollocks off that, believe you me. And our quest is complete. Very nice indeed. Oh, that's nearly $1,000. Yes, please.
I am the Supreme Patriarch. It is best to move.
Grey Guardian.
Got a camp follower. No army travels alone. Who else would cook so or loot the freshly slain? Wound recovery time is improved if we go for that. And here we go. We've completed this mission. Excellent. We've got the Sword of Striking, and we've also got a new Battle Wizard at Altdorf, which is awesome stuff. Charcoal burner, a militiaman, got all sorts of things.
Yes,
Let's
off.
get ourselves back into our lands. Good stuff. And of course, we have leveled up. Gehenna's Golden Hounds, I'm not so bothered about. The Glittering Robe is pretty good. Better leadership, better armor. Affects all targets within a particular area. It's good for buffing my boys up. I think we're actually going to take some better armor for this particular level. Let's see what Luther can have. What is up, Luther? Strength in face. In faith, not in face. In Sigmar, all things are possible. If you needed... Oh, all of any of us have needed his faith. That's nice. Unit experience gain plus 50% for units when fighting against Chaos, Beastmen, or Undead. Not useful currently. Exiled Priest. Attrition is minus 5%. Casualties suffered from all attrition. And better Untainted. Not an issue at the moment. Let's get better Restorer. Because you're just an absolute boon for my troops. Altdorf is leveled up. Let's grab better growth for it. Public order's a bit shite. How's it at Grunberg? Fine, fine. Okay. Is there anything else I need to do? Hello, Knud. Ultimately, Knud, I'm probably going to want you to join the army. Let's see what kind of spells that you can have. Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma, the Enfeebling Foe, the Withering, the Penubrial Pendulum. Fun names. You're pretty simple, aren't you, really, as a character? I think battle wizards need a little bit more, these grey wizard folks. But there we are. I don't need you to go anywhere at the moment. Right. Before I end this turn, or as I end this turn, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and get myself another coffee, so there will be about a 2 or 3 minute break, and then I will be right back with you. Hey, Darth Nictor. Shan't be long at all, folks. See you in a couple.